Hey guys, hi, hello, what's up, hey guys. If you know who I am, hey guys, what's up, it's Daniela. If you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Daniela, and I have been making mediocre videos on the internet for 10 years. So if that's the type of content that floats your boat, then why don't you hit that red subscribe button down over yonder, because that way you won't miss out on any of my videos, and it'll just be a cool, fun, chill time. So yeah. Today I wanted to sit down and kind of just give a casual life update, because I haven't really been posting that much for the last few months, and honestly that was not really intentional. I didn't take an official break or anything. I have just been kind of putting this channel on the back burner unintentionally, and I've been wanting to come back and post a real video, and I want to fill you guys in on what's going on in my life, and there's not really a real reason why I haven't been posting that much. There's not a specific reason. Honestly, I've just been living my life, and I'm not gonna say I haven't had time to post, because that's not exactly true. I do have I do have quite a bit of downtime, which I'm really thankful for. I've just been spending a lot of that downtime watching YouTube because I do that a lot, probably more than I should. So I'm just gonna be straight up. I'm not gonna say oh, I haven't had time to post, because I definitely have, and I've been wanting to post more. I just I think honestly part of the reason why I haven't been posting is because of my executive dysfunction. Now, if you don't know what executive dysfunction is, it basically means, in simple terms, it means that you fall behind on stuff easily, or don't you intend to do something, and usually it's something that you probably should, a task that you probably should get done, but it's easy to fall into, it's not exactly laziness, but it's it's basically, it's a term for when you fall into the trap of things that feel easier to do. For example, if you're I really need to study for this test, but then you end up watching YouTube and stuff, that I guess is executive dysfunction, because it's so easy to fall into the trap of watching YouTube or watching TikToks or doing whatever, because it gives you a hit of dopamine, but studying for tests doesn't really do that for you. I mean, the dopamine you get from getting a good grade, I guess that that's something, but it's more when you don't get around. Honestly, just Google it, because I'm probably doing a terrible job of explaining it, but it's when you fall into the trap of things that give you instant dopamine hits, or just things that feel easier to do than doing things that you probably should be doing. Now, YouTube is something I do for fun, and I don't there's no one obliging me to make YouTube videos besides myself. I just choose to do it because it's fun. I don't even make money off of YouTube. My channel is not monetized. I think it'd be cool to monetize it eventually. I do have 1,000 subscribers, but I don't have 4,000 watch hours yet, I don't think, so I can't monetize my channel just yet. But once I do hit that, I think it would be cool to monetize my channel. But for me, I don't think it's ever going to be a full-time job. For me, it's always going to be a hobby that I do. So I guess what I'm trying to get with this is, YouTube is not something studying for a test or doing my homework, where it's something I have to do from outside forces. It's something that I do for fun because I like to do it. But also I I want to continue doing it. I don't want to just stop doing YouTube. And so I guess executive dysfunction can also apply to things like that, where no one's really forcing you to do it. It's something that you want to do and something that you intend to keep doing, but it just doesn't always happen. So yeah, I think my executive dysfunction, I honestly, with filming, like, I don't really get executive dysfunction with filming. I don't really know why, but it's more with editing, I guess. And I don't really know why, because there's a ton of videos that, like, I will film, but I never post. And it's not because I end up deciding not to post it, it's mainly because I just never get around to editing it because of my executive dysfunction. I don't really know why. Because, like, filming is, like, not much of a problem for me, because for some reason it feels easier than editing. I don't really know why. Like, it still takes time. It still means I have to pause whatever it is I'm doing. Like, it still means I have to find time to do it. But editing, like, I don't really know why. But editing is, sometimes I just never get around to it. And that's really the simple reason why I haven't been posting much, because sometimes I feel too lazy to edit, and, like, that's really the heart of the problem. Honestly, I haven't been filming much either, if I'm being honest, but I think editing is the bigger problem. Like, sometimes, like, I'll film a video fully expecting to post it eventually, and then I just never get around to editing it. Most of the time, it's when I have an intended day that I intend to post the video that I will actually get around to editing it, because I stick to that, and, like, I want to get it up on that particular day. But when I film something and I don't really know when I'm gonna post it, it just, sometimes I just never get around to it. And that's why a lot of the videos that I have been posting in the past year or so have been filmed months before I actually edit them. For example, earlier this year I posted a video where I talked about the time that I came down with Miss Rona. This happened last year, and I filmed the video, like, literally the day I tested positive, because, I mean, what else am I gonna do? Like, I was stuck in my room, and I filmed that video. And it was the first day, I had tested positive, like, earlier that day, and I filmed it, and I didn't actually post it until months and months later. It's just, that's why, like, I have all these videos that I filmed months ago that I end up finally getting around to posting. So with that out of the way, that was probably way longer than it needed to be. I haven't actually gotten to, like, the actual, like, what's going on in my life. So far, this has just been why I haven't been posting, but I did want to kind of explain that. There wasn't, like, a real specific reason. I didn't officially quit YouTube or, like, take a break. I'm not quitting YouTube. I just haven't been focusing on posting lately, and I want to get back into it. I'm not going to promise, like, a schedule or a certain amount of videos per week or anything, but I do want to, like, keep my channel alive and stuff. So yeah, that has been what's going on. So the last real video that I posted was my 10 years on YouTube video. I believe that was the last, like, real video that I've posted as of now. And in that video, I mentioned, kind of briefly, but I mentioned that I was going to come out with a video soon of a trip that I was going to go on. This was before the trip that this video was filmed and posted. So I already went on the trip, and I didn't say where I went in the video, because at the time I wanted to, like, keep it a surprise. But I'm just gonna say it now, because I will post the video eventually. But I went to Disney World. And I want to kind of like talk a little bit about that. I'm not going to go super into detail about the trip because I will have a video coming out. I don't know when, hopefully soon, but honestly, whenever I get around to editing it, I fully intend to put the video out because I did film a video on the trip, and I do want to put it out. I did upload a video on WowzerFyingSquad of footage from that trip, so you can go watch that, but I also intend to post a video on here of the trip where it's more of a vlog style. The video I posted on WowzerFyingSquad, that's my collab channel, by the way, that video is more like a compilation of clips. But yeah, I did film like a vlog style, and I will put like those clips, like it'll be a similar video, but I do intend to post the video eventually. But I went to Disney World. It was so much fun. I went with my mom. My mom and I, we met up with some family on her side, who are locals, and we all went to Disney World together. My dad and my brother did not go because they're not really as into Disney and stuff as my mom and I are, and Disney World is not really their cup of tea, so they did not come with us. But my mom and I, we have been wanting to go back to Disney World for a long time, and this was the first time I have gone since I was a literal child. So this was very special, and I've been wanting to like go back and like make some real memories that I can actually remember, because before this, like, I literally hadn't been to Disney World since I was a kid, and I didn't have any, like, because I was too little. I didn't have any like real memories because I was too little. So yeah, it was so much fun. We only spent one day in the actual parks. We went to Epcot, but it was so much fun. And yeah, you're gonna see like more stuff in the video when I put it out, but just like a quick summary, we went to Epcot for a day. It was really cool. We went on every single ride at Epcot, and it was amazing. And we also rode on the new ride at Epcot, which is Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, which I was nervous about getting on the virtual queue for that. If you don't know what a virtual queue is, it's a thing that Disney World does with new rides that are like, because when a ride is new, it's like still really, really popular. And basically it's their way of making it so that there's not like a 5-hour wait. So essentially at 7 a.m., that's when the virtual queue opens, and you can request to join. And honestly, like, you have to be so quick about it because it literally fills up in seconds. And so you request to join, and like there's like a certain number of spots, and you get put in a boarding group, which is numbered, and it's basically based on like how early you can go. And so they'll call your boarding group. They'll give you like a notification on the app, and they'll call your boarding group when it's time. So that's essentially what a virtual queue is. And I was really nervous about getting on the virtual queue for this ride because, again, it fills up in seconds. And I really wanted to go on this ride because I heard amazing things about it. But I got on the virtual queue. I got group 4, which was incredible. I did not expect to get such an early group, but my mom and I, we went on the ride, and it was amazing. It was so much fun, and it was so great. It was easily my favorite ride of the whole day. So I'm not gonna like go into too much detail about that because there will be a video out, so you can watch that when it comes out. But yeah, I wanted to say that. It was amazing, and I loved it, and I'm so glad that we got to go, and it was great. So yeah, so as of now, I am back in school. I've been back for like a month and a half, as of when I'm recording this. And I'm recording this in my apartment, so I'm not at my parents' house. I'm at my apartment now because my apartment is close to campus. It's literally walking distance to campus, which is really nice because I do not have a car. I do have a driver's license. I can drive. I just don't have a car. So it's really nice that I live walking distance to campus. Yeah, it's amazing. So yeah. But I am back in school. I changed my major. Now, I'm still a music major. If you guys don't know, I started as a violin performance major, but I changed my major to Bachelor of Arts in Music. So I'm still a music major, just, I guess, more music in general. And instead of a Bachelor of Music, I'm going to be getting a Bachelor of Arts in Music. And for this major, I had to choose a minor. So I am minoring in mass communications. And because of this change, I'm graduating a semester late. So I was initially supposed to graduate this coming fall, so fall of next year. But I am graduating fall of next year. I was originally supposed to graduate spring of next year. That's what I meant to say. So, so yeah, I was supposed to graduate spring of next year. So like this, so like next semester basically. But I am now graduating fall of next year. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. So I'm graduating a semester late. Which I'm okay with. I have come to terms with it. Essentially, without going into too much detail, performance just became too much for me. Not the actual like performing part, because I do still love to perform, but just all the demands that I had to meet for a degree in performance just became too much for me, too much pressure, and it was too demanding for me. And it got to a point where I was not able to meet the demands properly, so I switched to a less demanding degree in music. And to be honest, I think it's great for me. There was a bit of a grieving process, I will say. I'm not gonna lie, like it did take some processing, because I really did want to get a degree in performance, but I've come to terms with it, and I have realized that I think this is good for me. There's like a really loud, some type of vehicle or something. I can't tell what that was, but I have come to terms with it, and honestly, I think this is good for me. And also the fact that I have a minor in mass communications, or I guess I haven't gotten my degree yet, so I'm going to get so that's going to be part of my degree, I guess, is a minor in mass communications, and that opens up a lot more opportunities for jobs for me, because I'm going to be honest, the music field is very unstable, and it's also like not the highest paying career, I will say, and I have had to get used to that, and like I've spent the last few years like just not really knowing what it is exactly that I was gonna do. I know for a fact I want my job to involve music in some way, but I have been having to think about like, how am I going to do that? Because especially when I'm like fresh out of school, like, and I haven't like put my foot into the workforce yet and into the fields of music yet, like, it's gonna be really hard. Like, the music industry, unless you're like really, really lucky and you have like all these connections and stuff, and like, honestly, like, also hard work, but also, like, if like only certain people like get lucky. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, most people, like, music is not the type of career that will land you a job straight out of graduation. And so I've kind of had to come to terms with that, and I've had to accept the fact that after I graduate, like, I'm probably gonna have to be working retail at least for a few years. Honestly, like I'm not gonna be doing that until I retire, but I will probably have to do that for a few years to help pay the bills until I have my foot more in the door of music, and I can switch to a more fully music-focused career. But that's something I've been having to come to terms with. And also, both of my parents are engineers, and so and both of my parents, like, they both work really hard, and they both have jobs that pay well, and so I've grown up really fortunate. We've never, like, had to worry about money or anything like that. We were able to live comfortably and stuff, and so I've grown up, like, really fortunate. I'm really, really thankful for that, because I know not everyone is in a position like that. But also it means, like, I'm not really used to having to, like, live with a lower income, I guess. So I've kind of had to come to terms with the fact that my income is probably gonna be lower when I am, like, after I graduate and I'm having to, like, support myself. So that's been something. But with all that being said, with a minor in mass communications, it opens up more job opportunities for me, so I can kind of explore more stuff. And I don't really know much about the mass communications industry. I don't really know much about what jobs look like in that industry, but I feel like it does give me more things to explore. And so now I have another option of, I could work a job in, like, some mass communications company or something, but my position could be related to music. Now, I don't really know what that's gonna look like. I haven't really, like, started exploring that yet. I don't even know if that's something that even exists. I mean, I can imagine something like that probably exists, because there's a bazillion jobs out there. Like, literally anything you can think of is, like, you could make a job out of it. So I'm sure there's probably something out there that's, like, mass communications and music. So, like, that could be an opportunity, that could be an option for me. And I think this is great for me. And yeah, so that's on that with school and how that's going. I am enjoying my mass communications classes. I think it's really interesting. Although, like, I feel like this semester is, and also, like, for the rest of my remaining semesters, essentially, I don't really feel much like a music major. And the reason why is because I only have one music class, and that is orchestra. Because I have finished basically all my required music classes for my new major, because my new major is, there's less requirements of music. So I spent the last 3 years pursuing a degree in performance. So I, like, planned out I kind of planned out all my semesters that way. And so now suddenly, after switching my major to a less music class intense degree, I have finished all my required music classes, and so now I have to focus on my minor, which I'm literally just starting. So I feel more like a mass communications major than a music major, but I'm still technically a music major. And I am doing a minor in mass communications. I'm still in orchestra. Technically, I have finished all my required orchestra credits. However, I read online on like my school website that like they said that they still encourage music majors to continue in their large ensembles even after they finish their required number of credits for that. And to be honest, I still wanted to be in orchestra because I love orchestra so much, and honestly, like, I would just miss it if I was not in it. So I am continuing in orchestra, and I'm planning to be in orchestra until I graduate. And that's been really good. We actually just had our first concert of the year yesterday, and it was amazing. We played Tchaikovsky's Symphony No. 5 in E minor, which is a really difficult piece, and it's long too. It's 52 minutes long, and it's such a marathon of a piece, but it's so fun, and the concert was great. And this week we are starting new music, so I'm really excited about that. So that's kind of been what's going on. So yeah, now I'm going to talk about something that is not related to school, but is related to living on my own. And yeah, so I have been really into cooking lately, and specifically, I use HelloFresh. Now, by the way, this video is not sponsored. This is not sponsored by HelloFresh. I'm just gonna put that disclaimer here. I am gonna talk about them, but this video is not sponsored. I'm not making any money from talking about them. I'm literally just sharing what's going on in my life. So I've been using HelloFresh for almost a year now, and I really, really love it. I love HelloFresh. I love it so much, and it's really gotten me into cooking. Before I was using HelloFresh, cooking was kind of something that I kind of had executive dysfunction with cooking, and so as a result, I would order DoorDash way too many times a week than I should, and it was causing my bank account to suffer and also my health to suffer, because like I was ordering takeout, which really isn't takeout, more like delivery, but I was ordering not the healthiest food, and so it just really wasn't great in the long run. And ever since I started using HelloFresh, I have been cutting way down on the amount of delivery that I've been getting, which is really good. Now, HelloFresh, it's still expensive. It's one of my biggest expenses. It costs about $100-ish per week, which is expensive. But honestly, like, it's on a similar ballpark as going to the grocery store. Like, honestly, like, I would say going to the grocery store costs about the same. But HelloFresh, what I really like about it is it makes cooking so much easier for me. Like, first of all, like, I don't have to go to the grocery store. That's a big perk of HelloFresh. And just meal kit delivery services in general. And also everything is portioned out. One thing I hate is, I hate going to the grocery store and buying like a full container of like something very specific that I intend to use for one meal, and then like I don't know what to do with the rest of it, and then I'm either forced to make different meals but with the same ingredients, and so I don't get a lot of variety, or like I just never finish that ingredient and it just goes to waste, and I also hate wasting food, so there's that too. But with HelloFresh, they portion out the ingredients and you only get the amount you need for that particular meal, so there's no food waste or being tied to like one specific ingredient, because now like you bought this container of something at the store and now you have to like use the rest of it. There's none of that. You still need to keep like basic pantry items like butter and cooking oil and salt and pepper and stuff like that, but those are things like I don't feel tied to those because a lot of meals involve those. Those are very basic items, so I use those in a lot of meals, and I don't feel like tied to like very specific things. So yeah, so I really, really love HelloFresh. And also one thing that I actually just recently realized is HelloFresh gives me a sense of routine, and I love routine. I love routine. I thrive on routine and just doing things like the same way every time. Because once I find something that works for me, I'm gonna stick to it. You know the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I live off of that. Like, once I find something that works for me, I stick to it, and I don't change it until like it stops working for me, or like something forces me to change it. Like I will stick by something once I find something that works for me, and HelloFresh just gives me that sense of routine that I thrive off of. And I think it's because like everything is already set up, and like they basically like it takes all the hard stuff out of cooking. I really love to cook, and I've discovered that through HelloFresh, because before I was using it, I wasn't cooking as much as I do now. But I love cooking, and I think the way that HelloFresh just makes it easier is like it has made me discover my love for cooking. Because I think one thing that used to prevent me from cooking as much as I do now, even though like I do have my own kitchen, and I remember like when I moved into my apartment, I was really excited about having my own kitchen and cooking my own meals, because when I lived on campus, I did not have a kitchen in my dorm. Well, actually, my dorm building did have a kitchen, but it was not really a kitchen. It was literally just like an oven and a sink and like a stove, and like that was it. And it was like on the first floor. It was like in the lobby, and like it wasn't a real kitchen. And also like I was on a meal plan, so I was getting all my meals from like the cafeterias and stuff like that. But in my apartment, like I have my own kitchen, and I have a fully equipped kitchen too. And so when I moved into my apartment, like I was really excited about cooking my own meals and stuff, and not being limited to what was in the cafeteria and stuff like that. But until I started using HelloFresh, I never really cooked regularly like I do now. Like I would cook sometimes, and like my mom would like help me meal prep and stuff like that, but like I didn't want to have to worry about meal prep and like buying ingredients, and also like figuring out like what do I want to eat, because I'm not great at coming up with just meals like just out of thin air. But with HelloFresh, like there's no meal prep required. There's no like having to come up with meals, because they have meals that you can select, or you don't even have to select them, because like they will automatically choose meals for you that you can switch out if you find something that you like better, or something like that. But they'll have like a pre-selected selection of meals every week, and so you can choose to go by that. And I usually do that. I usually just go by whatever they choose for me, and I really love HelloFresh. I cannot say enough good things about it. I love HelloFresh, and like basically, I guess what I'm trying to say is like they set everything up so that really all you have to do is cook, and then of course you have to clean up afterwards. But like everything is set up so it's basically ready for you to cook, if that makes sense. And so I love HelloFresh. I've been using it for almost a year, and I love it. I absolutely love HelloFresh. And again, this is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. I'm literally just talking about something that I have found really works for me. So if you want to start using HelloFresh, that'd be cool too. I don't have any like links in the description or anything like that. I'm literally just choosing to talk about HelloFresh because it's a part of my life, and it's something that I use and something that really works for me. But I really recommend HelloFresh to anyone who, honestly, to anyone. I mean, and also like the meals, they're always like quick meals. And by quick, I don't mean they take like 5 minutes to make. Like most of the meals are still going to take about like a half hour, but they're always like under an hour type meals that you can make in under an hour, you know. Most of the meals, they're not like things that you need like a slow cooker for or anything like that. I actually did see like on one of the one of the options, I actually did come across a HelloFresh meal that used a slow cooker, but that was a family meal. And I do not have the family plan because I'm just cooking for myself. I have the plan that, like I don't have like all the family sized meals. What I do, because I have a 2-person plan, but I just cook for myself. There's no 1-person plan, but what I do, and it works so well for me, is I will cook both portions, and I'll have one for dinner, and then I save the other portion for lunch the next day, and it works so well, because it gets me lunch too. I don't have to do anything separate for lunch, and it works so well for me. And I cook at dinner time rather than at lunchtime because I have more time at dinner time. Lunchtime, like I'm in the middle of my day of classes, and so it just makes sense for me to cook at dinner time, and then I have the other portion for lunch the next day. So that's what I do, and it works so well for me, and it's just amazing. I honestly cannot say enough good things about HelloFresh. It's incredible. I recommend it to anyone, and yeah, that is my spiel. Yeah, let's see what else. I'm gonna close out this video soon because it is getting long, but I guess the last thing I want to talk about is my family and my dog Benny. You haven't seen much of Benny in my videos, mainly because I don't live with him full time. He lives at my parents' house, and so I do get to see him when I go to my parents' house. But he is just the sweetest dog ever. He's adorable. He's a 2-year-old black lab, and we adopted him last year. And he's just the sweetest thing ever. Like he's just, I cannot say enough good things about my dog Benny. Oh, he's literally the best thing ever. And if you guys, some of you guys might know, but last year we had to put down our dog Jojo, who was also a black lab, and Jojo was just a sweet soul, and he was just amazing, and Jojo was the light of our lives, and just just a great companion overall. And sadly, we had to put him down last year, and that was really hard on me and my family. And it was kind of sudden too. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, but essentially, like, he suddenly got really sick, and my parents had to get him put down like that same day, because he was obviously not doing well. And I wasn't able to be there in his last moments. I had just seen him like that weekend, because I had gone home that weekend, and he seemed totally fine. But it was when I came back, like after it was like I come back, and Jojo, he declined suddenly, and it was just really hard. And so yeah, that was really hard on our family, and I miss Jojo so much. And then when we met Benny, we saw a lot of Jojo in Benny, and so Benny stole our hearts, and he is now part of our family, and he is just the sweetest. Benny loves to play with his toys. Like, he is obsessed with his toys. Like, he's just, he loves to play fetch. He loves to chew on his toys, and he's just the best dog ever. He's just so sweet. So I wanted to give a little update on Benny. He is doing very well, and he's been in our family for almost a year, and he's just the best. So yeah, I just wanted to give that little update. And yeah, I guess with that said, I am going to close out this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I will hopefully post more videos soon. I do intend to post more videos. I'm not going to leave YouTube. I am still here, and I'm still alive. I'm still Daniela. I'm still here, okay? I'm not leaving YouTube. But I just wanted to pop on here and talk about kind of where I've been and what has been going on lately, and yeah, so I guess with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs up anyway, because it helps the algorithm. I don't know if it actually does, but I'm just gonna say that. So I guess that is pretty much it, and I will see you guys, the subscribers and viewers, in my next video. Peace out, y'all. Woo!